Hi, welcome to the Mindless podcast. We're here with our famous guests.
Maddie.
Dave. And a cheese sandwich.
I think he's already used that one.
I have used
Now,
that one.
we're here to talk about the current crisis in Syria. There's been some serious movement on that front.
Pun!
Do I have to ask you to leave?
Yeah.
If you're not going to take the Syrian conflict seriously. As the Minister for Finance of Syria, I figured that this would be something important to you.
Yeah. So we have here the Minister
I
for...
only took this post to make those puns.
but seriously, welcome to the podcast. You know the deal. We have a podcast, we got Bender back.
Yeah. We're not going to play Yahtzee, though.
Isn't Bender the man?
He's not, he's a robot.
Put in the comments if you think Bender is the man.
And put in the comments if you think he's a robot.
0011101101010101010.
That was good fun.
Yeah, so, firstly, I wanted to tell you, I've been holding something back. So last
Have you quit your diet?
Last weekend, I had,
A steak? Multiple steaks. Deep fried.
A multiple infarction.
With ice cream.
Go on.
It's okay. I didn't want to say anything. I got new glasses.
Probably misses his old glasses.
So,
I don't want to smother Dylan, but
Yeah, and then you get the chair.
that's not what I meant.
It was Marge, admit it.
Yeah, that was good. That was good. I'm glad I was part of that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A little bit.
so
It's really helpful that you misses your old
last
glasses.
weekend, what did I do? Oh yeah, I went to Korean barbecue. I got drunk. I spent $700 on alcohol over the weekend.
How?
Alcohol and food. Went to a wedding.
Ah.
The wedding was cheap. I'm gonna have to cut that out because the guy who had the wedding might. Anyway, basically, they didn't provide drinks at the wedding, so
That's like you don't have to provide food, but you
But
have
they-
to provide drinks.
they did provide food, and the food was good. But no drinks, so we had to pay for our own drinks, and I bought the couple of shot of Patron, which is quite expensive.
Oh,
expensive.
God.
That's really good.
Yeah.
That's so
Back when
nice.
I had a lot of money, I used to buy them on the house.
Shot of
When we
petrol.
had money.
Money.
Yeah.
Salt of petrol, yeah.
It's okay to dream. And then on Sunday, I was not good either. Like, ate ridiculously unhealthy and drank more because the fight was on. Manny Pacquiao versus
Mayweather.
Floyd Mayweather, and
Two dudes fighting.
I was going for Floyd Mayweather, so I enjoyed the fight.
Congratulations on your sports affiliations.
You watched
That
the
one.
sport? Did you watch the sport?
Yeah,
Did you finish watching the sport?
yeah.
Did
Did one of them win?
And then I had
favorite men succeed at sports?
and then I had a Merrywell American burger.
Oh, that's a good burger.
That was a great fucking
Wait.
burger.
From the Merryweather, like in
No,
Newcastle?
no, Merrywell.
Ah.
Yeah.
it's
Oh no,
mixed
actually,
in
I
it.
had the Merrywell burger because I had the American last time.
The
And
insurance
the
company?
Merrywell burger was delicious. Absolutely.
Yeah, I had
yeah.
it when I went there, and it was really, really good.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm on the outside of this. What are we talking about?
burgers
Where?
at
Merrywell.
Merrywell.
It's
Where?
on the South Bank. We've walked past it. It's near the casino.
We do a
One
lot
of
things.
Melbourne's premier burger joints. Is it a joint? I suppose it's a joint.
There are lots of places.
Anyway, so the point of the matter is, ate ridiculously unhealthy, fucking ate ridiculously
Why unhealthy,
unhealthy,
mate?
and I drank till my pants fell off. Like, so much money that I had to borrow money from Tias just to survive this week.
It's true.
And that's more money than we get a fortnight.
Yeah.
Like,
That,
you spend more in 3 days than we get a fortnight.
Yeah, it was a big weekend. Anyway, so I'm thinking there's no fucking way I would have lost weight this week. No way.
Is this why we're not
Impossible.
having the special thing that we're doing
So
for the boys and
yeah,
girls at
because
home?
I spent so much money.
Right.
Yeah,
That's where it went. So you guys should be aware we're doing something very special for you coming up. Maddie
be
and
exciting.
Dylan have been working very hard to make it happen.
Oh, I've got a thing that I need to show you. I lost it, but I will find it and show you.
Yeah.
But we couldn't afford it this week.
Couldn't afford it this week because we earned half the amount that Dylan spent, and that was all of the money.
Anyway,
Tias can, but he needs to go to Norway.
So the thing was
I just need to prepare for
Yeah.
my exile.
Anyway, so after all that, I'm like, there's no way in hell I would have lost weight, and I still lost weight. Remember when I told you that I was starting this thing,
yeah.
and I said basically scientifically, there's no way I can not lose weight. Well, that has been empirically proven this last week because of the amount of crap that I ate and still lost weight.
There is nothing better than empirical evidence.
Yeah, just really showing the Empire how to prove things.
That Darth Vader knows what's going on.
Good old Darth Vader.
Yes. So wow, so you're still going with that?
Fucking hell.
I feel like this Mindless Jabber podcast has turned into let's ask Dylan how his weight's going, because I don't ask outside of this. Like I'm not like, hey Dylan, how's that weight loss going?
Yeah,
I
that's
do
a good
like
point.
also we're relatively eloquent folks. It's none of that. So Dylan, how fat are you?
You're so fat.
You still fat?
That's not fair. Also, look at you.
Yeah.
I'm fat with a baby though.
Yeah.
The baby's like this
But you
big.
should-
They have a
Shouldn't have
baby
eaten
in
the
there
whole
that's going to
baby.
time travel back to the present.
So do you guys ever watch?
Well,
Does have similar hair.
Yes.
I
We-
watch
we
the
wanted to tell you.
podcast obviously when I'm editing it, and there's always bits that cut my ego so deep. It's like when I'm like laughing or something and I like lean forward and I see that bald spot in my head and I'm like, it didn't used to be like this, man.
Do you know what's weird? As I was saying, I was looking back at Tears' old videos, and Dylan does show up in some of the older ones.
Link in the description.
Good for him. And you probably don't want to link that one.
I like it.
I'll do it.
I love
Yeah.
the director's cut.
Oh yeah, that was the one we watched.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and I'm there, and I'm seeing you, right? And you do have a lot more hair, but you are a lot fatter. And I'm like, this is a bad time for my eyeballs. Like, I'd say you're a handsome man.
You
It
need to
is-
stop losing weight. You're losing hair too.
Yeah, no, that is something that's actually like scientifically they go together. Like when you lose a lot of weight, you will lose a lot of hair. That's something that's extraordinarily common in men.
Yeah,
That's why Tears has such thick, lustrous hair.
Yeah, the fat's there to maintain your body's natural gravity to keep the hair attached.
That's
Well, like-
okay.
It's just like the idea you get really skinny, his hair's just
The thing with being a white guy though is if you're a white guy
white
and you're
guy?
bald, you have to get a tan. Like if it doesn't matter.
No.
First, you have to have facial hair
No.
and you have to have a tan.
No.
You know what
If
you
you
need?
don't, you look like Michael Klim, and he is not a handsome man.
What about Michael
Or-
Chiklis?
No, but Michael Chiklis still
Bruce
has
Willis?
a tan.
Bruce Willis is okay.
Chiklis still has
Vin
a tan.
Diesel. What about
Moby?
Vin Diesel?
Moby.
Okay, Vin Diesel.
Moby?
Vin Diesel is like
not Moby.
8/10 black.
Vin Diesel has a tan.
The dean from Community.
Bruce Willis has a tan. Like none of them look anywhere near this pasty.
You just can't be pasty. But that goes with any type of hair, though. No matter what area your hair is, pasty is not good.
You can
You
be
are very
pasty.
Scottish.
You can be pasty
I
and still have hair and still
I just
be good
love
looking.
when I hear a
Benedict
sentence
Cumberbatch
and
is pasty.
and I just double check, did I hear that properly? And then my brain runs through it and it's like, did he actually say they're nowhere near this pasty? And I just geographically they are not near Dylan's torso, which is a pasty.
Okay, by the way,
It's a wee bit tasty.
if you're English, don't laugh at us for saying pasty. We know it's a pasty.
Well, it depends where you're from.
Yeah.
In Pinot, we call them pasties. Fair
I,
enough.
I've never been anywhere in England
Just
where they
not a
said
pie.
pasty.
Oh,
I said pasty once and I got laughed the hell out of the shop. Like,
so here's
You
a
clearly
weird-
weren't in St. Hippolets.
I had a weird thing. There's a place in Melbourne called the Turf Bar, and there's a guy that works there.
fucking love Turf Bar, man.
I
Super Bowl.
Oh really? Ah, so,
They do not
okay,
know how
so-
to make a jalapeno popper for...
We had to return it. We had to return.
They could
jalapeno
not
poppers.
make a jalapeno popper their way out of a wet paper bag. If you'll pardon my double object there.
So we're there, and I have a very distinctive English accent. It's not received pronunciation. It's not quite Australian. It's not quite English. And then the guy there, he comes up to me, and he sounds exactly the same as me. And then I go, "Hey, I bet you I can guess where you're from." And he goes, Where am I from?" I'm like, "You grew up in Pinner, didn't you, mate? Northwood Hills, maybe? Ricelet?" Right? Which is like the three little suburbs that have this accent. And he's all like, "How did you know?" And I'm like, "Because I sound the same as you." And he's just like,
Mind blown.
"Here we are in Australia. It's lovely. It's lovely."
Yeah.
Anyway,
There's some weird,
We
weird
constantly do
places
that, though.
in England. Like, hang on, Hemel Hempstead. That's a weird name.
Recently met someone
It's in
who's near
Bucks.
there.
I know Hammer Handstead. It is a depressing place.
Yeah.
It is.
I have
It
been
doesn't sound
there.
like-
Sorry,
What's
Jin.
Everywhere is the same. They have all these beautiful, like, I'd like to say new homes, but they were like they're all built at the same time, like whole streets at the same time, like a Sim City, and
They're all exactly the
they're all
same.
exactly the same. And none
Oh,
of them
yeah.
have names.
Yeah.
So,
Oh,
as an
but-
English person, you're lost.
Yeah, and like as English people, we do come from an area where houses have names.
Yeah.
Like I lived not at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6 Newlands close east. I lived at Oakwood Newlands.
Yeah.
Close east. It's
Yeah.
the thing I miss most.
I lived at a place like that had a name in, like it is an estate, and I can't remember the name, but it was in near Aylesbury, Bucks.
Oh, you fancy motherfuckers. All my houses had numbers.
Hey, y'all motherfuckers need numbers.
Hey,
It's
okay,
true blue, man. It's in me and you. It's in mum and dad. It's in a kangaroo.
my
It's true
stepdad
blue.
in Australia. Firstly, he was Aussie as fuck, but
Crikey.
he was so rich that he had an Australian residence that instead of having a number had a name.
There are
It was called Granite Creek.
there are a lot of Australian
That's sad.
like houses. Like there are a lot of Australian neighborhoods and whatnot which have houses with names. My nan and pop did have had an estate and it had
That sounds
a
like a
name.
euphemism for anal sex.
Granite Creek.
Yeah.
So no, you gran and pop.
Yeah,
gran
nan
and
and
pop.
pop
Yeah.
had a name for theirs. Like it's just nowhere in lesser suburbs have that.
Nowhere in
Mine was in the country.
Yep.
We had
Nowhere in Maitland or
Rutherford.
Rutherford.
we bred Peruvian Paso horses.
I thought you were gonna say mountains. We bred Peruvian mountains.
I thought he said Peruvian parcel horses.
Yeah, we're just not winning here.
They were just basically the horses that you package up and send to Peru from here.
Yeah, no, they're the horses that you package up and send to the company that makes Aldi's mince pies.
Dear God, they're called llamas, guys. They're called llamas.
That one where
Llamas mince
who
pies.
makes Aldi's mince pies?
I don't know, but they had a lot of horse meat in them.
Oh, okay. Well, then what's that got to do with Peru?
Peru has horses.
Maybe they
Packaged
make packaged horses.
I'm in a strange place right now where I don't particularly want to drink beer. I don't particularly want to drink wine.
Also, the three of us are
Oh, by
around
the way,
here.
check this.
Oh yeah, do check this out.
Check
This is
out.
this is
You
my
should be
birthday
able to
wine.
focus in on it. Dragon's blood.
It's wine. It's definitely wine.
We only drink the best here.
So yeah, for
I
those
gave
playing at
up mine.
home, unless you really like a really high tanniny grapey wine, that as this describes tastes like brown floor polish. Oh wait,
Oh,
no,
wow, they really nailed
Yes,
it.
no, look, right there, brown floor polish.
Yeah, no, it tastes just
Brown
right. It says look further on. It says with nails.
Oh shit, yeah, I know.
They
Yeah.
really nailed it.
Yeah. It does have soft integrated tannins. That's nice.
Soft.
No,
integrated.
that
Soft integrated tannins.
Oh my god.
irrigated tannins.
Oh shit.
No.
Well, it's a liquid. All of it's irrigated. Doesn't make any sense. Herbicides, pesticides, no way.
Conflagration. So you can burn it.
This has got a
We may have found a new way to deal with this.
Oh, Maddie took my lighter out of my pocket.
Mercy. Yeah, so Dragon's Blood, not the greatest of wines.
But not.
It's
Not
actually
wine.
worse
Still
than the
wine.
goon that
There
I
may
bought.
be a thing
It
that
is,
it
yeah.
is the greatest of. Wine is not something at which it is particularly well succeeding.
So I'm in this
It's much better than
alcoholic
Dragon's
limbo
Blood.
right now where I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
I know
I don't-
exactly what you mean.
I don't-
I'm in a 9-month alcoholic
Limbo.
Oh.
Yeah, so you're gonna have to like drink agua or have you guys ever tried agua?
No.
So
Yes.
agua is like a Jägermeister.
Oh right, I
but-
thought you were just
but a
saying
B
water in
grade,
Spanish.
a B grade version of Jägermeister.
Racist.
It just
Try
dawns
it.
on me,
Try it.
How
Next
many,
time you can.
Yeah.
How many alcoholic
Find
beverages are there that just mean water?
AGWA.
Quite a lot, actually. But agua,
AGWA.
W?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
weird.
they're
Agua.
not succeeding.
They're not trying,
particularly
are
well
they?
at that either.
It's not fucking.
So here's the thing I've realised, and I was sitting there the other day, and I'm like, oh, okay. So the current game plan Maddie and I have is because she's a young lady, and I don't particularly like going out. That is, she'll have a baby, pump the baby out, recover a little bit, go out, have her teenage years, and I can look after the baby. She'll come back and look after.
teenager.
Yeah.
Tom is 70 years old.
I'm 70 years old, so I don't need another childhood. And then with that, and I was explaining this idea to one of my uni friends, and they're like, "Does she understand that breastfeeding women, which Maddie
Oh yeah,
wants to
yeah.
breastfeed, can't drink alcohol or coffee?"
Yeah. It's still more okay for me to go out and have a martini. Or a
Yeah, you just pump beforehand. Sweet.
yeah, I can
Pump
express
for a
before
week,
drinking.
and then you can drink the fucking day, smoke some
Ah,
weed, then
ugh.
take some heroin, fucking day, take some Eckies.
Smoking weed
Man.
every day, yo. Hey, babe. Wait, I actually had a talk
I think
with
Taste
my
can get you some Eckies.
my
No.
my
Dos
father-
Equis.
No.
Dos
How
Equis.
many did you want? Because if it's any other number, I can't help. Oh, maybe Cuatro X. That's available in this country, right?
I was having a chat with my
Queenslandian
biological
beer.
father, who used to be quite the stoner when he was very, very young. And he's there and he's like, whatever you do, don't smoke weed when you have a baby, because they'll be there and they'll be like, Dad, where's the food? Where's dinner? And you'll be there and you're like, I don't know, man. I don't even know.
No, but then the kid will be like, Dad, I think we should get Cheetos and ice cream. That's the greatest idea I've ever heard!
I don't know. I always imagined that if I had become a stoner of the level that my high school friends mostly now are, that it would be like a, Dad, we going to school?
Not before having a cone. Oh.
Oh,
What school do you go to?
we might have to just call it off for today.
Wow.
There are a lot of cheaters in the front yard.
That's
I'm
that's
scared
actually
of
what
being-
Tias is going to be like because he'll be on Destiny.
You're
Yeah, sorry, kiddo. I'm in the middle of a raid.
They recently introduced cheaters into this game.
There's a weird thing. It's like, your stoners were clearly not nearly as active. The stoners and our thing was like, let's make a group. Let's make a gang. Let's organize a thing.
Let's open
where we
a
can
bar.
go. Let's open a bar where we can all get together and get stoned.
Yeah, all
together.
of,
See that?
all
All
of
the stoners I know.
Stoner
were
bar,
really
a
proactive.
star.
A star.
No one's ever invented that word before.
We
founded it.
yeah, all the stoners that I grew up around as well.
We
were this-
innovented it.
the exact same way.
Stupid as fuck, but
Yeah, like a bit.
Sorry.
Not all of them.
No,
Actually,
I found that the stoners in general were like more academic than the jocks.
well, they're not going to be playing
No.
sport. They were active, but they weren't that active.
yeah, like
It's no one puff
most
of reefer and then kill your family with an axe type activity, but
It's like, go along, man. Go along. Hot 22, What's 24. Whoa. Pigskin would make good jerky, man.
My high school, my brother and my brother was a stoner with him, and it feels like they took that whole stoner crew from my high school and went to Footscray City College with it, and then they formed a stoner
Footscray.
household in Footscray.
Footscray.
And there was one. They told me about one story. One time, they one of their friends decided to bring over a red lit neon gentleman's club sign. So they're like, "This is the best thing ever." So they put it in the window, and because they're a stoner household, people are coming in at all days, hours of the day,
Oh.
and women are coming and going because they all had girlfriends. And one day they hear, "Victoria Police, let us in!" And then they open the door and they're like, "Yeah, can I help you?" And at that point, it was early in the morning, so none of them were stoned already, so you couldn't smell the weed.
Yeah.
And they were
Well,
like,
you probably could smell the weed.
they were like-
very
You could
subtly.
definitely-
it was a house.
they were like,
Yeah.
we've heard some reports that you're running a brothel out of this house, and they're like, no. And then I think it was
I
Daniel.
bribe you, but we're not running a brothel.
And then I think it was Daniel and his girlfriend stepped
Ah!
stepped out naked, and they're like, "Oh shit!" So they run back inside and they get changed. And then they're like, "Well, what's with the gentleman's club sign? Just a bit of fun." We heard reports from your neighbours that we've had women coming and going at all hours in the morning.
Bit of fun! Bit of fun!
Sorry. Anyone who's seen the last season of Beauty and the Geek Australia will understand that.
As long as they saw
I
the one
haven't.
specific episode and moment in question.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, so they had the cops knock on their door and say, "You're running a brothel," because they had a gentleman's club sign up. It's pretty funny.
Jesus Christ.
Mm.
That's pretty insane. I was actually having a think about this the other day, because I've been arrested.
Me too.
Oh, yeah, chapa! Were you doing stuff illegal?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, okay, alright. So I'm going to tell my story, then you tell your story.
and then I'll tell mine.
Yeah, hey, yeah.
Fucking.
There we go.
You can't take a selfie.
I tried to take a selfie, and it's like, you've got the microphone deactivated. Are you sure you want to take a photograph?
So today we have Milo Hannigan here.
Milo Kerrigan.
Kerrigan here
Yeah.
to talk about his brother's work with the Institute.
Well,
It's the same joke.
Yeah.
So, no, okay, alright, so,
he couldn't come, and
You
instead
were
has sent his
arrested.
brother Milo.
I was arrested. Not by Milo Kerrigan, though. I was arrested. I was
Leprosy?
I was living with a group of people, and this is actually how I ended up meeting TS too. But I was living with a group of people who, the second day I was there, the front door got knocked down by a drug dealer wanting their drug money. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm out. Boom. Left the house with a suit on my back.
Rather than other kinds of dealers wanting their other kinds of money.
Yeah, you know. Car dealer came in and was like, I want my
Car money.
my German money. My
Hat
Deutschmarks. Where's the Deutschmarks?
Hat dealer, the milliner comes busts into your house.
Where's the
is-
hat
Where's
money?
my hat money?
Tess probably would too. Hey Tess.
Oh.
So, no, that's don't.
It's the first
That
name. I'm not
sounds,
going to beat that up.
that sounds too accurate. Brandishing a knife, of course.
I have a lot of hats now.
Shia LaBeouf.
So, I'm there, all my stuff was left in the house. We come back a while later because Tom was allowing me to store all my stuff underneath his house. We go in, and I go with my aunt who drives me over. We're going to put all the stuff in the car. Right? The house is trashed inside. We can see from the windows, but all the windows have been redone. The doors have been repatched up. And my aunt goes, just break down the back door. All your stuff's inside. You can see some of it. And I'm like, I can't do that. She's like, just do it. I'm like, all right. So I kick down the door, back door, right? Because it was the weakest one. Because, you know, noodle arms. And we go inside, and
Wait,
my
you kick with your arms?
No, I keep with my legs because my noodle arms.
All right.
Right. I go inside.
He's
and,
got two reasons for why he kicked down the door.
and also needed to get inside.
Yeah.
There's so many. Anyway, we're inside.
This joke has layers.
Oh man, it's like an onion.
So,
And
It's
we're
human,
trying to
I
find.
think.
Like my Monopoly set is all over the place, and I'm collecting the money for the Monopoly set. In between, like eggs smushed into the walls, flour rubbed into the carpet, like the sofa torn up with a knife in the lounge room. Just gross
That's
shit.
disgusting.
The bathroom was inconceivable. All of my CDs were on the front lawn, and my porn, because you know it was 2007, 2008, so I had hard copy porn.
Nobody judge him.
Yeah, it's right to have porn. Was cut up and used as wallpaper in some of the bedrooms.
And here he is with a
Little
chisel.
scrape and be
Come
like,
up.
fucking June
on.
2009, 2003. Give it back. So yeah, no, really upset. And then all of a sudden there's a knock on the door, and we're like, who could it be? And there's the police, and they're like, oh, fair call.
Oh, I know this part. Blacks out. Comes to.
So
You're
did you
chopping
get
off his
charged-
head now.
did you get charged with breaking and entering?
Well, what happened is they had to arrest me, they handcuffed me, put me in the back of a paddy wagon. My aunt, who was in the room with me and had suggested I break in through the door, right?
Encouraged, yeah.
Encouraged me to do this act.
Did not get
Right.
arrested.
Did not get arrested and was allowed to drive along behind us to the cop shop where they cuffed me to a table, they did an interrogation, they asked, you know, what I was doing, where was I from, why was I doing this, and then they were like, do you know the Kyles, basically, who were living there previously under a fake bond receipt? And I was like, yeah, I do. Here are their phone numbers. Because they stole everything I had and ruined all my clothes. They stole all my underwear, but not my suits.
Well, it shows their priorities.
Yeah, they want some jock smell.
It's just so confusing to me, yeah. So I ended
They're
up
not
getting
gonna
let
know
off with
that
no
soon.
charges.
You washed
So-
those underpants, right?
This is actually a pretty interesting,
Well, one of them-
not so much a hypothetical, but interesting line of questioning. Have you ever been involved with police?
No. Mole cop.
He dated a policewoman once. I don't know if that means involved or not, because it wasn't that serious, was
I did
it?
once meet someone who ended up becoming a cop on, like, she was
Wait.
just going into training on
Do
a
you have
dating
any
website.
interesting cop stories?
Because I'm
At
a
all?
time cop, does this count?
I get it.
Because of all the sex we've had
Yes.
with other people.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Yes, okay.
So no, just
Um,
not involved. No interesting stories.
No.
Well, that's par for the course right there.
Get up. I haven't had any cigarettes today and I'm furious.
I'm proud. I am not disappointed, son.
Yeah, you want to get mate?
That being said, is this where we come to
No.
going
Not yet.
around the circle?
No, Dylan's going first.
All right.
Oh yeah, so what happened to you, man?
Dylan, remember that time
I-
you were a Roston?
I had.
Yes.
I've had a few issues with the police. Let's
We should take a break before we do that.
It's
though.
true.
Yeah,
Oh,
we'll come back and
we
start
got,
your
we got
story.
a couple of minutes.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do.
No.
All right. Roll.
I'd rather not talk about it.
Okay. And that sums up this half of the
You
podcast.
son of a bitch!
You butt of a cinch.
You fucker! You fucker!
Get the axe.
Welcome back to the podcast.
Ah.
This part of the broadcast is brought to you by
Tierce's ancient Greek Pokemon.
Tesa's ancient Greek Pokemon recently discovered in the vast deserts of Mauritania. If you don't know where Mauritania is, fucking look it up.
Easy, Tiger.
It's a 3,000-year-old Sableye that recently took part in and won a master level cleverness contest.
Maddie.
Obviously,
That's a fantastic
cleverer
story.
So you're not.
Please, Maddie.
You're not telling a story.
I'll tell a story. One
Okay.
day. One day.
One day.
Now
I should have said
Okay.
Aerodactyl. I should have said Aerodactyl.
Are you telling a story? Let me tell you a story.
All right, so welcome back to the podcast.
Tears.
It's now or never.
Tears. You a co-op?
I'm not a fucking co-op.
Are you a co-op?
I'm not a fucking co-op. I'm not a fucking co-op. Are you a co-op?
I'm not a fucking co-op
I'm
over
not
here.
a fucking co-op.
Everyone's screaming like velociraptors. A co-op is... Oh! Did you
For
know...
anyone who doesn't know, a co-op is a kind of supermarket.
They're making a Jurassic Park Lego game.
Yeah,
To the point where I've seen the trailer, and there's a point where he's like, this Velociraptor comes out of the shrubs, right, holding a ball in its mouth, and then the South African's like, clever girl, and then the Velociraptor just picks him up by his ankles and drags him into the woods, and I'm like, this is a bit dark for a Lego game.
Yeah.
Okay, I want to talk about that, but first,
I don't
Yeah.
want to talk about
Maddie,
that, really.
Regarding
No,
the
what-
exact
what's
same,
your story?
the exact
Why-
thing
why
that
you-
Tom
what
just
you
said,
saying?
though, I heard this,
I want you to say the story
and
so I
I'm
can
like,
tell my
da
story.
da da
I've decided how it's gonna be.
because you exactly kept the
in
first
my guts,
three.
and I'm like,
Yeah.
don't feel right.
So speaking of Maddie's guts and
no,
the contents
no,
thereof,
No.
there's a baby.
There is a baby.
It's me.
Tears. I've just had to cut about 35 seconds of footage because you've been ranting on while Maddie's been saying important, relevant points against the conversation.
No, she hasn't.
No,
She
I
was
haven't.
saying that she didn't want to talk about things. I was
Until-
listening while I was talking to Tiers.
Touche.
Because I don't listen to
No,
Tiers. just
I have a
talk.
story involving the
true.
police, and I'm not going to tell it because I feel like it would be. Look, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you in a couple of months.
He does have a story about
Oh, by the
Sting
way,
before
guys-
he joined the police, though.
Again, I'm gonna break before we tell the story. Did you guys know this is the 10th anniversary of the podcast? This is our 10th
Yeah.
year of podcasting. Yeah. This is our 10th podcast.
Okay. That's
Dylan
cool.
doesn't know what anniversary means.
Yeah, I'm just like Annie year.
Linguist, you can't get away with that
Yeah,
shit.
I know.
It's like the amount of times I want to tell jokes to Tiers, and I'm like, that'd be funny if he could just get behind the fact that I mispronounced that.
Yeah.
So you're like, that was pretty punny, and he's like, actually, that's just
You
something
know,
with an F.
it makes it so much more fun to pull him up on jokes that he tells wrong. It's great.
It is
So
good.
Maddie had a story.
Oh, well, yeah, I had a bit of an interesting week this week, particularly one day. I got arrested today. I've
Today?
never not today.
Again,
This week.
Jesus.
I'm sorry.
So
alright?
what day of
They
this
just-
week? It's
Wait,
now Saturday.
She has no chance of finishing this story because if we pulled her up on the first details she gives,
No,
it's like everything else is going to get picked apart. It's like, was there really a velociraptor or was it just two kids in a trench coat?
I'm legitimately interested in asking her about her story.
I
If
love
you
this
want to
story.
jab
I'm
her
okay.
on,
I'm out.
if you want a mindless jabber on,
Mindless.
Oh, he said
about
it!
this.
Title drop!
Roll the credits.
so it's Saturday
Yeah.
now. When did you?
On Wednesday morning, I got arrested.
was it real early in the morning?
It was about 11:30 in the morning, which was funny.
Wow, that's late for the
Yes.
police.
Detectives, not actual police officers.
No,
And
they're very real.
well, yeah, but like they've got a different job description.
Like, I once
don't
saw
they?
them pick something up and everything.
They're not quaps.
They're not cops.
Anyway.
But they are detectives.
KWAPS.
About 11:30 in the morning, Tom had just left.
Yeah.
Left for university, and it was quite funny because they came and knocked on the door, and they're like, we're from the Richmond police station. And I'm like, oh god, it's about the transit fees. Oh god, they're gonna arrest me about all the fees that I haven't paid. Oh god.
I have paid none of your fees.
I'm guessing.
So sorry.
She means fines.
Yeah, fines, transport fines that I hadn't had paid.
We just ripped them up. Your move, Metro.
Fuck you, Metro.
I'm sorry, if I can't afford $3 to get
How do
onto
I afford
work,
$212 for a
Exactly.
goddamn fine?
Mr. Maths Genius, if I have no money on my Mikey, where's the $217 gonna come from? All right, I tell you what, we'll pay it from my Mikey.
There's a good
But
question.
So she's
but yeah,
she's been arrested.
I'm
It's Wednesday,
no.
11 o'clock in the morning.
Okay. So yeah, they come up to the door and they're like, we're from Richmond Police, and I'm like, oh god, I'm currently in my pajamas. I'm in a pair of bright red, fluffy pants with guitars all over them. I'm in a disheveled shirt. My hair is doing the Rowan.
Yeah. She made an effort to reshevel the shirt, but it was simply unshevelable.
Right?
But yeah, and they're like, they look at me and they realize that I'm pregnant, and they're like, oh. And for this, I still don't know why they're here. And they're like, oh, okay, you're obviously pregnant now. Did you?
Were you pregnant 2 days ago?
It comes up later on, but yeah, I'm like, oh crap. They're like, we need to take you down to the station for questioning. And I'm like, oh shit, okay. Can I get dressed first? And they're like, all right.
You should have jumped out the window and escaped
I
then.
should have.
You would have gotten away with it.
I don't know what it was.
And
at
there
that
were
point.
there are no pestering
nothing.
kids.
But yeah, so I let the cops in, and I've never had this. Shut
Rookie
up.
move, letting the co-ops in.
I let them in because all of the interactions that I've had with police officers have been from the other end. So, they've always been
You've
pretty
been
much
trying
on
to
my
get into
side.
their houses.
Excuse me, sir. I'm just a regular citizen.
I'm a taxpayer though. Like to talk to you.
I'd like to have a look around your house.
But yes,
Obviously you're pregnant.
but yes, because I haven't had to be questioned like that before. I'm like, how do I treat the police officer? Should I be angry at them? I don't know what they're going to be questioning me about. I think it's a good move to offer them tea. So I offer them tea.
Strong move.
And they wait while I go and get dressed. And as I'm leaving, my phone can't text people. Like it just fails at phoneage. So I yell out to my housemate to send a message to Tom telling him what's going on, and she thinks that it'll be hilarious to just be like, oh, Tom, Maddie's been arrested, and obviously Tom freaks out.
Oh, not so bad. I'm like, what?
Yeah, you're like, is she okay? But at this point, my housemate didn't know that I had been arrested because she didn't know what was going on. So I get into the car, and they turn to me and they're like, "All right, we need to let you know that you are formally arrested right now. You cannot leave. We are taking you for interrogation as you are a prime suspect."
I'm really glad I'm actually listening to this rather than just going off what Tom had told me. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah, she's just taken in for questioning. She's not actually arrested.
So
I shouldn't
she's
be
under
worried.
arrest?
Yep,
I did at the time.
Yeah, at the time. But they're like, we're taking you for questioning as you're a prime suspect, and wouldn't let me, didn't tell me what I was a prime suspect for.
Great name for a transformer. Suspect Prime.
But I'm in the cop car with these guys, and we've got like a half-hour drive, so we're just talking about properties and families because one of the cops there, the detectives there, has a baby, and we're just like very casual, like everyday kind of conversation, and it's lovely. And then we get in there into the interrogation room, and they're like, "Oh, you were a prime suspect for a burglary that happened at this disclosed place." And I'm like, what?
I wonder if I can superimpose a balaclava over her face.
Oh no,
right
don't do that, please.
I could. It's called motion tracking. It's very easy to do. After Effects. Don't worry.
But yeah.
So if anyone's wondering where this just stunning balaclava came from, Tom did it. Fashioned by Tom.
All right. But yes. So I am currently a prime suspect for a burglary.
Did they give you any detail on the burglary? Or
Oh,
you,
yeah,
are you
yeah,
supposed
yeah.
to know?
Yeah, they gave me a lot of detail. I don't think I'm allowed to, because it's an open case.
Open case, you can't
and-
discuss it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, fair.
So I'm giving you very, very vague
They,
kind of
see,
deal.
they were so much nicer to you than they were to me.
Well, like, that's
I've been
because-
under arrest as well. And
But yeah, like they were really, really lovely because like I was just completely cooperative with them, and you know I just talked with them about
so was
certain things.
I.
I've only
This
been
is,
under.
this is how you get away with crimes.
Yeah, I'm also a pregnant woman.
They, yeah, well, yeah.
I'm pregnant.
They came to me at 6:50 in the morning.
All right, Can I? Sorry,
Oh yeah, go.
I'm not
go.
finished. I'm almost finished. Don't worry.
Go.
It's
Not
okay.
Finished.
It's not finished.
It's finished.
But yeah, like we went through the whole questioning ordeal, and I think they saw like how extremely surprised I was by a lot of this because I pulled out the images from the CCTV, and they asked me to describe the person on the images who had, you know, their face covered and whatnot, so I don't actually know who it was, but they're like, you know, could you describe these two things? And I'm like, oh, you know, this coat is a typically female wears that, and they're like, oh, you know, does she look a bit pudgy, a bit round on the belly? I'm like, yeah, she does, you know, and he's like, oh, you know, what height and do you think she is? And I'm like, oh, you know, I thought she looks sort of like around about my height, maybe a bit taller. And they're like, they just look at me, and I'm like, oh, no, that's not, no.
Is this where you turned to them and said, you thought I was surprised when I came in here and you showed me these things. What didn't you? Acting.
But no, like, I just, like, dug myself a hole without actually being aware of it. Like, I was genuinely not aware that I was, like, going, oh, yeah, that does look like me, doesn't it?
That's some nice holding, Mr. B.
So they were
But,
very nice to you then.
They were very lovely because, like, I gave them permission to, like, search our house, and, like, I was as cooperative as possible. I'm like, yeah, no, like, I can see why you would suspect me. I would suspect me, like, fuck.
And you weren't as lucky.
Well, see, yeah, I mean, they
Yeah, what happened?
they came, knocked on my door at 6:50 in the morning, like super early. I'm like, and they're like, all right, you're under arrest. Where's the stuff? And I'm like, oh, all right. At that point, I'm like, I'm done. All right, it's over there. I'll get up, and then and they wouldn't let me change. Like they had to stay in the room. I'm like, would you mind if I change? And he's like, no, that's fine. I'm like, look at him. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. I'm like, I'm in a bedroom with no other escape other than like a freaking 30-foot drop.
This is the story of how Dylan showed a police officer his wang.
This is the story of how
no.
Dylan learned how to fly out of a 30-foot
No, I showed him my butt. Yeah, and then like they took all of my computer and all the parts, and a lot of that stuff was mine. I paid for some of that stuff. I lost it, man.
Did it not come back?
No, never
wow.
never got it back. But see, the thing is, like with a like if you steal a car, if you put, you know, your own rims on that car afterwards, your own stereo system in that car,
yeah.
you're not going to get that back.
Yeah.
So
Because
because
they
you'd
don't-
stolen this apartment.
So I had illegally obtained some of these computer parts that made up my computer.
Yeah. Now, whereas, like, the other way around, I was expecting from what you'd said so far that this was like, I had illegally obtained the CD-ROM drive in this computer, so they took the whole thing. Because, as you know, if you steal a tire and put it on your car, the whole car belongs to the person you stole the tire from.
Funniest thing is they actually stole the wiring from his house as well. Very awkward when his family came home and they're like trying to turn on the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway, so I was guilty of all that crap. Yeah, so that sucks for you. You gonna be alright?
I hope that they find out who did it, and I want to help them more because
I bet.
I did not do that.
Yeah, you're gonna have to like start your own detective agency.
Holy moly, yeah.
Hire me.
Hi,
I'll work for free.
Hey, I've got a degree.
You can both.
I
work
also
for
have a
free.
degree. I have 2 of them.
Yeah, but none of
Linguistics
them
and
are in criminal
psychology, but
justice.
still.
I'll hire
I'm halfway
both of
through
you
a
for free.
degree. I'll make you business cards.
So this
I'll bake cookies.
this whole thing that was, you know, happening before this was Jurassic Park, and
No.
have you
I think there's
it
something
was a Lego
more-
Jurassic Park. No, I want fucking Jurassic Park.
You need
Clever
to
girl.
go.
Have you?
Yeah, go.
Alright, look, I'm a massive fan of Jurassic Park. Came
me
out in
too.
1995, went and saw it at the movies as
A lot
a
of great
kid.
things were made in
It was
1995.
Wayne's World.
Like, to emphasize how massive a fan he is, 6'9", 320 kilos.
Yeah, he's lost a lot of weight and height since then.
But
Firstly,
he
a
was
little
at one
fat on
point
the
massive. Skeletal
Real
structure.
funny.
I am 6'10" and 312. Thank you.
Okay.
Sorry.
You're 3
I'm
foot
sorry.
12 high? Wow!
You dig it.
I am shorter than I thought I was.
So you know the second movie. The first movie was based on a Michael Crichton novel.
Right.
Um,
Lost World was too, I thought.
Yeah, the second movie was also based on a Michael
Yeah.
Crichton novel, but they cut out the main character.
Yeah.
Main character. They were like, oh, let's bring back Ian Malcolm.
Show me potato salad!
That's a great idea. Great idea.
We should do that.
You can
Yeah.
tell he's American because he said idea.
Yeah. So
Idea.
then I saw
Idea.
Jurassic Park 3 and it sucked. And
Yeah.
it sucked hard, but it had that guy from New Zealand in it, so
But yeah, I mean, Dylan still came.
Who?
I did not. That's disgusting.
Khal Drogo?
No.
He's from New Zealand.
Neil.
He wants you to make him
DeGrasse
some
Tyson?
goddamn eggs.
Sam Neill.
Is he from New Zealand?
Yeah, he's
I thought he was Australian.
He's a
On
New
accounts
Zealander.
of like all the movies where he's an Australian.
That's what New Zealanders
so,
do.
So the
they
new
play,
one,
play Australians on television.
New
The
Zealanders
third
make
one-
great Australians.
the
though.
third one, they decided that they were going to have the biggest
They do,
dinosaur
eh?
ever that would kill a Tyrannosaurus Rex,
Not okay.
which is a Spinosaur. And it's like, okay, theoretically, this dinosaur did exist. There's skeletons. It's not entirely far-fetched. It's pretty far-fetched. And then this one, they're like, quintessential fucking Hollywood. What can we do that's bigger than Spinosaur? I know. We'll have a genetically engineered, giant fucking T-Rex style monster that can think and kills for sport. And that's what
Oh,
they've
you're
done.
talking about the most
Oh, is
recent
that
one.
why it's wearing that sports jersey?
Makes sense.
Actually,
It
that's
does
why
make
it has the
sense.
pet beagle. To sniff at you. Just the new Jurassic Park. There's Chris. whatever
The
his name
only
is,
dinosaur
and
that can play a trumpet.
and he's running away, and then all of a sudden you see this like whatever the T-Rex modified on is like on a horseback. The red coat being like, "Come on, boy!"
And it finally tracks down Chris Pratt, and he gets
Chris
out
Pratt.
a rifle, and he's like, "All right, time to end this."
Oh my god! And also training.
Spoilers.
The idea of
Spoilers.
training
Yeah,
raptors.
I haven't watched it either.
Training raptors.
No, okay,
How dumb.
Yeah, everyone
do you
knows
think the
you feed
audience
them
is?
Pokeblocks.
Wait, sorry. No. They are very, very intelligent.
Yeah, they're-
And you know how everyone loves dogs? I know all of you motherfuckers love dogs. I hate dogs, so for those playing at home, hate dogs, think they're stupid
This is
animals.
a terrible idea.
But you know how dogs are really smart, and how you can train dogs.
Remember that rum death charge we talked about?
Oh, you sad son of a bitch.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Yeah, if you can train dogs,
Why would you not
wolves,
like? Yeah.
you can train raptors.
Yeah, and why would you not train them? If you could train them, why not train them? Like,
So you
they
can give a
like,
raptor a tummy scratch.
Can you imagine just being like, you're like, hey raptor, and then T.S. takes a lot of photos of his dog, and he'll send it to me and be like, look at the dog. And the dog's like this. And I'm like, that's the ugliest dog I've ever seen. And now all I can see is just T.S. being like, have a look at my raptor, and it's like,
blood all over the face.
I think Thomas wanted to ask us all a question.
Where's that blood come from?
yeah, okay, so I
Homeless
wanted
person.
to come at you for your Christmas, for your birthday.
By the way, I heard this question before we
Yeah.
filmed this.
All of us
and
did.
It is
We
the
all did.
nerdiest question ever.
Worst question ever. So no, I actually, I wanted to do the hypothetical for this.
Ew.
And so I wanted to give you some time to think, hence why I asked you before.
Oh, I should have remembered
You
and actually thought
are
about
a
that.
class in a fantasy setting. You have a role, a job, like a D&D class, but we're not going to stick to D&D classes. Starting with you, Dylan. What class would you be?
This is not a class by choice. This is a class by nature.
Oh, that's the best answer.
And that is warrior, because generally the warrior is the leader of the party. He's the tank. He's the guy that goes in first, and he's kind of the one who yells instructions to everyone else.
You are often yelling at us.
Until he's getting battered, and then the mage takes over and starts yelling. Who I assume you are going to be a mage, because that's just like in my mind.
Bard.
In my mind, this picture of this battle is me standing there with a giant shield and a sword, trying to basically hack at this Tyrannosaurus who's attacking us, because we just talked about Tyrannosauruses.
It's not technically a
she's
T-Rex,
she's
but-
standing back casting heals on me to try and keep me alive. He's standing back with his bow and his little pet dog, and he is standing back casting fireballs.
Au contraire, mon frère.
Indeed.
Right? Because I've always thought that I'd be, especially with this group, if we were a D&D party, that I'd be the druid. I'd be casting like buffs on you. I'd be like, you can do it, Dylan. You're not as much as a faggot as people say. Right? And so...
I'm gonna have to bleep that word out.
So I really wanted to maintain a straight face through that, but I just lost it.
Same goes for you, Tias. You can do it. I believe in you. So what class are you?
I'm a mage.
Mage? Fireballs
Yeah.
and shit?
Lightning. Real lightning.
Hey, you could do that thing like the guys in Magicka, and you can mix fire and lightning.
Frightening.
How about you, Maddie? What have you got?
I don't know. My first thing of like my
Why
first
didn't I say
mind
frightening?
was just I would like to be a queen, please.
Queen.
I would
queen
like
is
to be
the
the
class.
queen.
You could be the
You could be 4 bards.
We need an archer. Or a ranger.
Queen would
No,
be
I
4
don't wanna
bards,
be either
right?
of those.
4 bards.
4 bards.
I would
Thunderbolt
like
and
to be-
lightning, very, very frightening me.
Galileo.
Galileo.
No,
Galileo.
but...
But yeah, no, I would like to be either the queen.
Let me go. Sorry, I couldn't stop myself.
No.
Pick another class.
Shh, I was getting to that.
All right.
I would like to either be a queen or be a madam, like be in charge of a brothel, not be.
So you're not part of the party.
I am.
You're an NPC.
I'm not an NPC. I'd be like the.
That's what NPCs are.
yeah,
You're not in the
but-
party.
Napuka.
Napuka.
I can still be in the party.
No, you can't be, because
Yeah, why not?
non-player character, non-party character.
Yeah, but you're a male, aren't you?
See,
Why not
okay,
instead
wait,
of
wait,
raping and pillaging?
Okay, I have a new
just supply
idea.
you with whores.
I have a new idea. All right, so we're going
There's
with
camp
World of
followers.
Warcraft classes here.
If you want.
So I'm warrior still.
I want to be a knight then.
You are druid.
Do I have to be a druid?
Yeah.
No.
It's the closest
No.
you
Can I be a
get.
priest?
Shaman.
Priest?
Priest. Totally be a priest.
I can be a
So we
priest.
got a priest. Okay, so I'm a human paladin.
Alchemist. I want to be an alchemist.
I'm a human paladin. You're a human priest. You are a
Oh,
night elf mage.
I'm an
And
elven.
you-
I'm an elven alchemist.
You are a blood elf.
Nah.
rogue. Yeah.
Nah.
Yeah,
mate,
look
nah.
at the blood elf in the
Nah.
in the intro for the Burning Crusade. She actually looks like her.
Can we get a pop-up?
I'll do what I can. Yeah,
But can I be an alchemist?
you can be an
I want
alchemist.
to make poisons and
but,
shit.
but yeah, well, rogues work with poisons.
You could just be a regular
Yeah.
chemist.
Not in Pathfinder.
Rogues work with
Yeah.
poisons, and you can also be an alchemist as well, because an alchemist is a profession
Oh.
separate to your class.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
Wow.
So she
You're
could
nerdy.
be a
Yeah.
a herbalist, alchemist, rogue,
No, I just want to make poisons and shit.
subtlety
I
rogue.
want to make.
And trust Dylan, he knows
Green
he's
fire.
met a lot of
Yeah,
herbalists.
yeah, Greek fire.
I've
So,
been
thank
playing
you
Warcraft.
for joining us today, guys. We've had lots of drinks.
Well, is
and
there
had a lot of
before we go? Is there anything else that you guys particularly want to talk about on
Bees!
camera?
No.
TS wants to talk about bees. Now, there's an interesting thing about bees these days is that bees are dying out, and theoretically, if all the bees die out, they're going to kill all of us because they pollinate all of the things. and the
No
seeds that
more
they go-
almonds. But we can't have almonds if we can't have bees.
Easy, Rachel. I mean, Alex.
All right. Here's
an
another
joke for
interesting
those playing at
hypothetical,
home.
just off the top of your head.
Oh, yeah.
What is the most insignificant thing that you think, if it died out, would kill the human race?
Human race. They're insignificant, and if it died out,
But
we'd
they're not
kill off
the
human
most
race.
insignificant.
Social justice warriors, because it would turn the rest of them into social justice warriors to
No.
claim social justice for the social justice warriors that died.
All right.
Ugh.
Hummingbirds.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with hummingbirds.
Why would
Yeah,
they?
that's fair.
Why would they?
Yeah. Set up a narrative.
So the hummingbirds die out. There's some small species of certain stem plants that die out, and therefore the things that eat.
That kills all the bees.
Well, no, the
And
bees-
then we
that's
have no
it. There's
almonds,
problem.
and then the
Oh,
vegans.
Oh wait, no! I have to kill
rebel.
humans with this.
Yeah.
Oh
you
fuck!
can't-
I'm killing ants. Ants are gone.
Ants?
I hate
All
ants.
ants.
I hate ants. Kill them. Kill them all.
Yeah, but then the bodies don't decompensate, and the disease becomes virulent, and kills everyone.
Why do you have flies?
God, I hate flies. Fucking. If you're an
They
Australian,
clean,
and
Sorry,
you
what
like
decompensate?
Flies do decompensate.
Takes the money back
decomposes.
away from something?
Yeah.
Flies do the same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, fly-
maggots, one of the only creatures on Earth that only eat dead flesh. Mm-hmm. So
That and orcs.
So kill all the orcs. I changed my answer to orcs.
How about you?
They're
You
so-
got
so-
an idea for
mine's
this?
gonna be mosquitoes.
Mosquitoes.
Yeah. See,
How does that kill humans?
Everyone,
How does that kill humans?
Everyone hates.
They heal.
Everyone
they kill
hates
more
mosquitoes.
humans than they save.
Yeah, everyone hates mosquitoes.
Racist.
Everyone thinks that if all the mosquitoes would die, we'd be all better off. Somehow, I think that there's
What's
going
your
to be a
backing?
chain effect. All right, so all the mosquitoes die.
Yeah.
All of the insects that feed on mosquitoes die because of malnourishment. We're talking spiders. We're talking.
no.
Actually,
No.
I'm
Spiders don't really
sorry.
eat mosquitoes.
I don't want
Hey,
to
Shay,
interrupt,
hey,
but I
hey.
have read a article.
This is my narrative.
Oh.
Do not interrupt.
All right, go.
So-
Can I present what actually happens here? Because I've read articles on what happens here. Go on.
All right, dude.
Hey, so yeah, wait, no, finish yours.
No, I'm done. I don't care.
All right. So if you wipe out mosquitoes, there's a lot of species of fish which feed on mosquitoes,
On the
and those
larvae.
fish
Yeah.
are eaten by birds that also eat flies and other pestilent creatures which affect humans in a much bigger capacity, and that would kill us off.
So if we lost mosquitoes, we would
It'd
have
be very slow kind of.
we would
thing.
die of
lost-
pestilence.
If we lost all mosquitoes,
That's terrifying. I hate you, mosquitoes, but never leave.
No, you're all fuckwits. Die. I challenge his hypothesis. Good night, everybody.
Thanks for
Good
watching.
night.
If you stuck through it. Oh, by
Except
the way,
if you're a mosquito. I hate you.
how much time do
We
fuck
have-
all, fuck all. I just wanted to tell you guys that I've been trying to upload the podcast to iTunes and actually
Oh, yeah.
become a podcast.
Yeah.
But to do that, you have to have your own domain. You have to have an RSS feed, which I don't know how to set up yet. And then you have to use that RSS feed to basically not upload to iTunes, but to link to iTunes. So you're actually linking from a blog on a domain. So I have to set up my own blog.
So if
I
anyone
wanna-
knows how to set these up, please comment.
yeah,
that'd be
comments,
really good.
tweet. That would be great.
Please-
at Mindless Jabba.
Please no,
Hash-
let me Google that for you. Links in the in the comments below.
Oh fuck it! You know what? Do actually.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hashtag
anything that
podcast.
helps.
If you know what to Google that has somehow managed to stump Dylan on this matter, please, by all means.
Yeah, I'm a Google magician.
Bring it on!
Yeah.
He's well versed in Google foo.
Hey, did anyone else read? There's the thing underneath the camera that says SLIK as silk.
No, I read it as sleek, the Norwegian word for such.
Shut up, linguist. Good night.